kind of community I want is a community that is welcoming to all walks of life, whether it's people of color, whether it's certain lifestyles or religions. I want a community that allows for us to feel that this is where I belong, and those neighborhoods that are just as engaging and open to whoever moves into their community. Race should be what brings us together. There's cultures out here that many people are not familiar with. They're not, have not been acclimated to African American cultures or the Asian cultures. But until we get in the same room and discuss those topics and find out what it is we don't know, then how can we ever move together as a community when we talk about race relationships? The way I feel about the issues that are in our country and in our climate and in our immediate community, I'm disturbed. There are days that I struggle with walking out my door wondering what tomorrow actually holds for me as a African American male in my community. Many times I have to struggle to get to the table to have the discussions, and I have to ask the question, why? Why is it so hard for me as an educated black man to get to a table with discussions that can help a community move forward? As a community, we have to get past leaving people on the outside because they don't measure up how we want them to measure up. That's not who we should be as a race, as humans. I oftentimes hear people say that, why do we deal with race? Race shouldn't be a factor. Well, why do we say that when we still have to check the box on whether we're African American, white, or Hispanic? So race is still involved. So until we get rid of the boxes and until we get rid of people who divide us based on race, then we still have to have those race relationships that we need to build. But until that happens, then guess what? We will always struggle with who's standing on the outside, whether there's equality or equity, because they're two different things. Equality says that I at least got you to the table. I at least gave you a seat. But equity means you now have a voice, and I'm doing something to help you benefit while you're at the table. And the last part of that is justice. You can have equality, equity, but is there justice in why they're at the table? And if there's no justice, then the other two mean nothing. You can include me in the conversation, but if you don't ever do anything with my voice, then guess what? I'm just a token that's there. And I think people of color are tired of being tokens for people that feel guilty about how they've done things along life's journey. They don't need to be sad about it, just need to make changes towards it. If I look at the things that can be done to help make a difference in this community, we have to start grooming our children to understand that everyone is equal. I know that's a difficult thing for people to want to teach. I'm not sure why it's a difficult thing, but we have to start them out young. You probably have one of the largest diverse communities here when it comes to various different biracial communities. But have we really begun to teach our children that everyone's equal? We stand and salute a flag and talk about all people. We do things and want to exhibit and say it, but actions speak louder than words. So we must start at the level of teaching our children.